Hand Drawn Lips is recorded and produced on Kulin Nation lands.
We pay our respects to elders past, present, and emerging.
Sovereignty was never ceded, always was, always will be.
Hand Drawn Lips.
Tita, you and I know how the heartaches come and they go, and it starts believing you'll be dancing once again. Let the pain relent. You will have no time for grieving.
Someone sent me a...
Chiquitita, you and I cry.
I'm wearing glasses
Because the
because I
sun
just woke
is still
up.
in the sky and sky shining above you.
Enough. Thank you so much. That was... Look at me. That was beautiful.
That was Chiquitita.
That was Chiquitita by Declan White.
Yeah. Done.
I want to quickly say someone texted me at like 2:30 in the morning being like, are you awake? I just got into a fight with an Irish guy.
Oh, are they okay?
Woke up to that being like, are you okay? They're like, oh, it was a verbal fight. Sorry, that was really like dramatic. And I was like, and then she said, sorry for texting you so late. I forgot people do work here. Work? Not me. Anyway, but it's kind of her to say that.
God. I mean, something, can you get a black eye from a verbal fight? Sometimes it feels like it.
It does feel like
honestly.
it. I've got one right now because we just had a bit of a tip about a haircut.
Don't lie about that. Don't lie about that.
Yeah.
I just don't want to get an $80 haircut yet.
I think
I know
that
it's coming.
This is my future prediction for 2025, which, by the way, Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year to all of our listeners.
To all of our listeners.
Big and small.
Well, yes, all of our big listeners and our small listeners. And we're not telling you what metric that is measured on.
Courage.
It's clout.
Yeah, I prefer cloud, actually.
Declan, I prefer clout. What was I going to say? I think what will happen is like one day after you get like a big paycheck from this big new job you're going to start.
Yes, how exciting.
You will get a haircut at gag hairdressing and never look back.
Yeah.
You'll be like, oh my God.
And stop talking to everyone. And act like I don't know nobody.
Act like they're going to put you on the gag hairdressing Instagram page and you're going to think that you're going to become hot shit.
I walk out immediately scouted by a modeling agency, flown to Paris. Same day, literally same day.
They're like, all right, you look amazing. And by the way, so 4:30 p.m. is your boarding.
Yeah, fantastic. And I go, I haven't got anything on.
Yeah.
Oh. I'm ready.
But what about your big job? I just hit my elbow.
Yeah. I mean, I would, frankly, career, friendships, relationships of any kind, I would drop it in a heartbeat to be a model in Europe.
To be in Paris.
I take that back.
Yeah. No, that's it. You've got the legs for it, though. Might I just?
Yeah. Well, I did get that huge opportunity. They wanted to put me on the cover of Vogue.
Legs
were too long. Yeah.
Logistically, it was hard to make it happen because the thing about having long legs, and I also have long legs, but they're not as long as Declan, so I didn't quite get the opportunity. But logistically, you actually have to remove the legs and ship them over in separate shipments, usually by air, because you can't really fly.
If this camera pans down, and you would see legs out the door. Honestly.
Meters and meters of legs.
Coiled up like a sleeping constrictor.
I take mine off and leave them in the cupboard overnight.
Yeah, I know.
That's just
it's better that way.
Them cool.
Hey, sorry, we're getting off track. You have an announcement.
Hi, I changed my name.
Yes. Welcome, Anastasia.
Well, yes, it's amazing to be here. The thing about transitioning and changing your gender presentation is that you don't necessarily know the breadth of the change that is about to sort of happen. And I didn't go into any of this with an expectation to change my name, but then it just really did feel like the right choice to make. The thing that you don't realize, though, is that sometimes you have branding and a podcast that you need to therefore change and make a quick announcement. So
I know it's logistically a burden.
It's logistically a burden. Sure. Well, to be honest, I was very in all honesty, did film an entire episode where I already made this announcement, but I wasn't happy with how I made the announcement or the episode. So I convinced Declan to let us not do it. Anyway.
It's going into the vault. But really gratifying. I feel like everyone has welcomed it with open arms. It was really nice seeing you at a like a house full of people. I can't remember what. Someone was drawing a raffle, which seems like a dream I had, but
yes,
it was real life.
The freeze for New Year's, yeah.
And then everyone was like, "Where's Stas? Where's Stas?"
Oh my god. Yeah, well that's the thing that like I didn't necessarily anticipate how easy it would be. Is all of our wonderful friends have just been like actually doing the hard work for me a little bit, like letting their friends know. I don't have to like go out and be like, oh, I changed my name. Like usually if I walk into like an event or something and I'm with people who don't necessarily know about the change yet, my friends that are there with them would have already filled them in, which is so nice. And then like running into people, if they use the wrong name, like a friend would just be like, oh, like by the way, and then they'll come and apologize. Honestly, like there has been no heartache. It's been so easy. I feel so incredibly lucky.
No, congratulations to your team. They've been doing
congratulations to my team. So first and foremost, it's my team that I want to thank for really doing the heavy lifting on this.
Yeah, it takes a village. No, it takes a team.
It takes a team. It takes a team of highly paid professionals. That's what I will say. Bankrupted me. That's it.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, amen. So that's my announcement.
Stas, I really like as a nickname. Stas with a Z.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get going, but it's a bit. Well, it's intimate, you know.
All I will say is like Declan recently has been really wanting to throw a shrimp on the Barbie, and so I think that's where the connection to Stas comes from.
Yeah, me saying something like Stas is like I'm finally I'm sitting at the cool table with the boys.
In grade 11, though. We're not there anymore.
So yes, I do admit, as late as grade 11, I was wanting to sit at the cool table with the boys.
As late as even right now.
Yeah,
Sorry,
literally.
I'm being mean.
No, I do prefer clout. Which
is true. Well, we're sort of coming to you today to let you know that we're on a bit of a break and we'll be back in February. We're also doing video now.
Yeah.
That's why you can see us.
Literally.
You may have thought something happened. No, legit.
I'm conscious of my poor posture, but not wanting to change it.
I think it's fine, but we'll see later.
Yeah, we'll see about this side profile. Yeah.
Whatever.
Anxiety spiral.
Thank
you.
So I was thinking we could jump into a quick 2025 ins and outs moment. Yeah. Conscious that your phone's up there, but do you have a...
Yeah, I have some in my head.
Okay, wonderful. What do you want to start us off?
Yeah, sure. Well, the biggest one, and this is contentious because some people had this on their outs list, but for me it's sitting down. Peeing sitting down.
Is in?
Yeah.
I agree.
I think.
I agree.
Yeah, just because it's like, well, when I pee, it's so... If you're standing up, it's like, fuck, I've got places to be after this. But sitting down is like, well, there's frankly nothing more present.
That is the thing. Well, here's the thing. When you're standing up to pee as a reformed stand-up to peer, for many reasons, you're sort of like in a huge rush. Plus, just by virtue of the way that it is, you've got a higher mess risk.
Yeah.
And you just like, when you sit down to pee, you're relaxed. The mess risk is effectively zero. Chances are never zero, but you can get pretty close.
Do you ever notice as well, like, sometimes when you're standing up to pee and the urinal is like a completely flat surface, it just will bounce back.
Are you peeing straight ahead?
Straight ahead. Perpendicular to the wall.
Yeah, you got to angle down. Even I know this. And I'm a biological woman.
Yeah, unfortunately, my father never taught me that.
As our fathers teach us.
A missed lesson. Also, have you ever tried to use your phone standing up to pee? Forget about it.
It's crazy. It looks like you're taking a dick pic. It just does. And there's nothing you can do about it.
I know, yeah. So when you sit down, you can answer any urgent texts. You can go on Instagram and make sure you're culturally up to date. Frankly, there's just nothing better.
It's divine. You're sitting down, you're relaxed, which helps. And usually that's quite private as well. So there's no stage fright. Not that that's something I've ever had to worry about.
Stage fright?
Yeah. I was born for the stage.
I was born to pee in a room full of people.
Legit.
Odd thing to say out loud, but
but we did it anyway. I've had a really hard time thinking of ins and outs.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, I had to crowdsource mine. But do you have more?
I do, but they'll come up naturally.
Well, I was at like a drinks yesterday and I was like, oh, we're recording podcast tomorrow. We want to do 2025 ins and outs. I can't think of one single one. And so the idea was people were like going and telling me theirs and I was like, if they're funny, I'll add them in.
If they're funny.
Now, well, if they sort of fit. Some of them are like kind of personal. And I thought that's what everyone was agreeing to. And then I got to the end and people were sort of like sharing theirs. And I'm like, okay, so here's what I got. I read them out. And the girl next to me was like, that's so similar to my list. I'm like, yes, I just wrote yours down into this. That's what this was. So I'm not sure if she was fully aware, but
All right.
we were drunk.
Let's get to it.
Push-up bras. Simps, nudes, codependence with friends.
Okay.
Music with girls in it. Botox. And one singular murder. But you have to find out which one it is. It's in. Just one.
Oh, wow.
So the outs are...
music with girls in it. Like, true.
Botox, like Loki.
True. I don't want to hear a man sing.
No, me neither.
No, I know.
Unless it's you.
They just... Chiquitita, tell me the truth.
So the outs were having actually, these ones were... I put them in because they were ones you can only hear and go... Ugh. Mind you, these were crowdsourced. I love my friends.
Yeah.
Having responsibilities, being sober, non-monogamy, and unenthusiastic.
Sex?
I don't know. All I've got is unenthusiastic. Unenthusiasm, maybe? Anyway, so those are my crowdsourced ins and outs.
Unenthusiasm generally is... Yeah, okay, sure.
We
That
must
can be-
strive to be enthused.
Yeah, I'm particularly enthused around people that we don't necessarily feel like we need to be enthused around.
I think I think I would love in 2025 to have a reserve of, enthusiasm that I can always just dip my little toes into whenever I need.
Best not to think of it as a reserve then, which is by definition a finite resource.
Well, if
Why
I'm
don't
just
you
dipping
think of
my
it
toes in as a flowing river.
No, but yes, as a flowing river,
Yeah,
exactly.
okay.
Helpful
Sorry.
to think of creativity as that as well. I suppose some other things that work as a flowing river.
Haterness, being a hater.
Yeah, being a hater.
Being a hater is a flowing river.
Bitching, gossip. Yeah.
Unenthusiasm. That's a particularly bountiful flowing river.
I think one of the ins that I discussed with our mutual friend Freya was discover she or she-scovery. It's a feminine form of discovery. We haven't defined it so concretely yet.
I really, really think it's got legs, though. Like,
Yeah.
it could be something amazing.
Yeah.
She-scovery. Maybe we could do a new segment.
Yeah, she-scovery.
Of she-scovery.
I think all our segments are sort of a form of she-scovery.
Diva worship. Diva
Yes,
worship
exactly.
and she-scovery.
Word vomit, I seem to recall, was on there. I think in the in section, bizarrely.
Good.
And skyscrapers. Because they're
Really?
a phallus metaphor.
They're a
Yeah.
phallus metaphor. Okay.
Well-
So phallus metaphors remain in for
Yes.
2025. Okay.
Yes.
Gay guys
Precisely.
be like, well, ins for 2025 is skyscrapers because they look like a dick. I love gay guys.
Loving gay guys.
Loving gay guys.
That's in.
That's in. Circuit, bar.
Yeah.
Could be in.
Well, chosen families in.
Chosen families in.
Yeah.
And where do you find your chosen family?
Circuit bar.
Exactly. Precisely.
Well, look, I guess final things for 2025. We plan to be podcasting throughout.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
We've got new branding
Yeah.
on the way.
2025 ins, having our faces in this podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Putting a face to a name.
Mm-hmm. Putting a new name to the previous name and a face with the new name so as to drown out the old name.
All together now.
All together now. Putting a new face to the well, we will see you in February, and you rock, don't ever change.
Exact. Thanks for your patronage, and to all the friends and family friends who revealed to me this Christmas that actually they are avid podcast listeners and have listened to every single episode. Like, shout out to
It's
you,
wonderful to have you
like
here.
supporting behind the scenes.
We're checking the analytics. Some of you are lying.
Yeah.
Just joking.
But shout out to every listener of this podcast. Seriously, like
that's it. We wish you an amazing 2025 and thank you for being with us in 2024 and for your patience as well.
love.